Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. We are so glad that you are here. We've got a very full agenda, so we're going to move very quickly. First and foremost, again, thank you for being here. I want to make sure that we thank Leon Evans and the Center for Healthcare Services for that coffee and our sponsor there. That's always wonderful that we're doing that. We want to thank Juvenile Probation for their wonderful venue here, and particularly for allowing us to steal Velma Muniz from you all, so we certainly appreciate that. You have the agenda ahead of you. I am very privileged and very honored at this time to introduce our Commissioner, Tommy Adkisson, as we launch the 2014 reconvening of the Mental Health Consortium. Commissioner, please.
Thank you, Gilbert. Well, congratulations to each of you for having the enlightened effort, or making the enlightened effort to be here. Good to see you, Sheriff. Always a pleasure. Sheriff's a critical partner in the work of the county, as you know. There was, and of course, Aurora Sanchez, who has been a great bright light for this county on a range of fronts. Thank you, Aurora. Awesome leaders. I was told when I first got elected to Commissioner's Court, the #1 rule of Commissioner's Court is you needed to know how to count to 3. I thought, okay, I think I can do that. Because if you don't have 3, you don't have a majority, you can't do anything on the court. 5 members of the court, 3 is a majority, you got to reset, on whatever issues you may have. But the second one was to establish a good relationship with your sheriff. And I've been in a few fights in my political world, as some of you may or may not know. But I can tell you, at the end of the game, you shake hands, and you say, good game, and you may have a great social connection with the person you've just been tackling on the field. And in this world, if you cannot do that, you're going to really struggle. And you have a hard time because you're going to you have issues with everybody. And I don't have time in my life to have issues. I have only time to make progress. And let it be said when the day is done that I did all I could do to be the best me I could be. And I hope that you are being, I think by your presence here, you're being the best you that you can be. It is a disgrace that America has this great country, this wonderful country that's a work in progress, always, even though it's the best. We cannot let its good become the enemy of better or best. We have 5% of the world's population, 25% of it's incarcerated. That's a disgrace, and it's a reflection of the inability to get a handle on the mental health dimension, for starters. And our state has lagged behind until recently. I'm so glad that there's a glimmer of hope that we've had, we're like 49 or 50 among all the states in per capita funding, right, Leon?
Yes, sir.
That's just dumb. It's really dumb. And I think that we've got to be big enough to pull ourselves out of the doldrums or pull ourselves out of the dumb zone, and let's get on with taking care of those who, I always say, but for the grace of God, go I. That's about 30% of our jail, I think. May be wrong, and I'm open to correction.
A little bit less.
A little bit less, okay. But for the grace of God, go I. So I can't get too terribly judgmental and castigate everybody that's in there. There's some of them that really need lots of work. Or maybe just prayer. They're beyond work. They need prayer. They need divine intervention. But that group that is in what I call the but for the grace of God go I hope will work on and make sure that they have a prospect for a brighter future, that their families will relieve themselves in knowing that their child, their family member is going to get help, is going to move beyond their moment of incarceration. So I want to thank Gilbert Gonzales, our Bexar County's first mental health director, and I understand he's the only one in Texas, right? That's pretty amazing, especially when you look at those figures. 5% of the world's population, 25% of the world's incarcerated. What is wrong with that picture? Well, we can start with mental health, but I'm glad to see Bexar County is on the cutting edge. Sometimes we feel like we're on the bleeding edge, but being on the cutting edge ain't bad. And being fearless about going where others don't go. My wife has a t-shirt and it says on the front, they want you to be like them. And on the back it says, don't. So, you know, celebrate your individuality. Celebrate your right to be you. Celebrate your right to chart a path with courage that will take you where you feel that intellectually and spiritually and psychologically you need to go. And don't ever look back. When your day is done, you will not have to look back. And people will look at that dash between your date of birth and your date of death on your tombstone. And you will be able to proudly say from on high, I did so much with the dash. I did so much with the dash. So God bless you. May you have a beautiful day. And thank you for lifting this county up and for making sure that Gilbert is actually leading a wonderful troop of folks. John Maxwell says that he who thinketh he is a leader but hath no followers is merely taking a walk. We want to make sure we want to make sure that Gilbert's not just taking a walk here. So, gang, it's a team effort. All right, y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you.